Hi, this is Lolly. I have a project that I want to start today using Mod Podge Dishwasher Safe Gloss. So it's also by Plaid, obviously the makers of the regular Mod Podge. And I just wanted to go over a couple points with you. I went to the dollar store to try and find some plain white mugs. I didn't have any at my dollar store, but I found this kind of a blush color. They only had two, so I bought them both. And then I fussy cut out this from this paper collection from Craftsmith called Blush Glam. And I think that'll fit on there nicely. Okay. And the directions on here were to clean the surface with alcohol, rubbing alcohol first, which I did, let it air dry. And to mix this, you just roll it back and forth on the table. You don't want to shake it because you don't want to get air bubbles in it. And then apply a coat on the surface and on the paper that you're going to put it on, smooth it out, and let it dry. How long? Let it dry 1 to 2 hours. Then you need to put 2 or 3 coats of this on it, allowing 1 to 2 hours to dry in between coats, and then cure it for 28 days. In other words, don't start using it and putting it in the dishwasher right away. So 28 days before we put this in the dishwasher, and then it's only top rack safe. But we will work on this experiment together and see how that comes along. Looking forward to that. After I went to the dollar store, I did go to Michael's, and they have these mugs, and they're in their ceramics area, about the size I was looking for. You can see this. Oops, there's a paintbrush in here, cute for travel, and some paints. It's basically for a children's project, these itty bitty paints, which I don't know what I'll do with those. But this set, it's by Creatology, was a $2 set and was on sale half off, so I ended up getting it for $1 anyway. I got this idea from a video that I saw where they had put washi tapes on here and then sealed it with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. My concern is with washi or anything is I'm wondering about the heat resistance on anything that we glue on here. This may be dishwasher safe, but what about the item we're putting on there? So if I use, for instance, a metallic washi tape like this, is this metallic washi tape actually able to handle the heat of a dishwasher? Because even though you have this over it, it will stop it from getting wet, but can it handle the heat? So this is my thinking process anyway. Not sure. I could do an experiment to see what happens with some of the more of the gold colored washi and see what happens on one of these mugs. That would be a good experiment. It was only $1, so if it's ruined, it's ruined, but it'd be a nice thing to try out. So I will put this on pause and get to work. Okay, so a couple things that I did, because I'm tricky like that, I went ahead and put this gold and transparent washi on here to see how it's going to work. I'm going to glue this on there, but since the mug is round, I think I'm going to help this to curve a little bit by not scoring it, but burnishing it a little bit there. There we go. Now it'll fit on there better. I poured some of this Mod Podge into a little cup, and the other thing I did was I changed my fluorescent bulbs. You know, I'm in my basement. I have a problem with lighting for filming. So I went to Home Depot and I got natural light fluorescent bulbs for right above my table. So we will see how this works and see what that does for my lighting condition. I have 2 more bulbs that I can change across the room, and we'll see how much brighter this is. Okay, so I want to get a good idea about how much of this to put on there. Don't goop it too much, apparently. Okay, and on the back here. Now normally I would be putting that Teflon mat under my work here, but I wanted to use the bright white paper under here to see just how much bright light I'm getting from these new bulbs. Let's lay that on there. I'm going to have to hold this for a minute, I think. I did help it by burnishing that, but I still want to make sure that this is a good seal. Once I feel like it's good, I will take a credit card to it to squish out any bubbles. And I lost my little credit card, my squeegees. Hold on. Okay, it has been an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and it said you can do this again in between 1 and 2 hours. So I'm going to put a coat on here. It said light, and one thing you'll notice here is it's hard to get washi around and have it not overlap in the right way. So I think next time I would do the overlap under my image here instead of trying to overlap it somewhere else, and that way at least that is hidden. Another thing is with this, you will notice you are going to have brush marks, you know, as it dries there will be brush strokes, and that's unavoidable, but I'm thinking that on my very last coat I'm going to purposefully make it full of brush strokes, if that makes sense. I'm going to take it and really swirl it up, kind of like decorating a cake in a way, so that it looks like it's part of the artwork there. Okay, so that is it on that, but I think that I need to carry this through the rest of the mug here so that it's an even, oops, sorry, I'm off camera, so that it's an even coat everywhere. There we go. And there we go. So I was thinking this would be really cute for, you know, rubber stamped images and all sorts of things that you can put on the mug. Okay, now this needs to dry for an hour and a half, hour to 2 hours, and then in between, and then first coat number 2, and then dry for another hour to 2 hours before coat number 3. I'm going to put it this way because I know I got too much in this bottom edge. I'll put this back in here, and it says to use soap and water cleanup. Okay, I've done 2 total coats now, and this is going to be my 3rd coat. And since, like I said, you can see all the streaks in here, I decided I want to kind of make it swirly on purpose here so that the streaking is part of the design. So I'm just going to kind of swirl it in there. And I'm liking the coats as they are so far. I mean, it's giving it good coverage. So it's thin, but it's doing its job and it's covering up everything. I'm going to turn this around. There we go. So like it doesn't feel like the edge of my my tape or the edge of my pattern paper here are going to come loose at all. That makes sense. They are all swirled up. A little bit in here and there. And then this will dry, and I will take pictures of it tomorrow close up to show you at the end of this video. But then I won't be able to dishwasher it for 28 days. So when 28 days are up and I'm able to put this in the dishwasher, I will come back and write an annotation on this video letting you know how it went. So this is the project. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to clean all this up quickly because warm soapy water on that, and I'll get back with you later on this. Thank you so much for watching.